Hello everybody, welcome back. It's me, Sars the Road. Firstly, I want to say thank you all so much for your support. I found that Halo videos are quite popular on my channel, so I'm going to try and do some more. I'm still obviously fine-tuning these, so please let me know if there's anything I can improve on, because I'm sure there's a plethora of things. So every little bit, every little comment, every little like or dislike does help. And it kind of points me into the right direction, because I want to do YouTube as a career. I want to be there for you guys. And I want to find out, what you guys want to see, kind of find my footing. So yes, before I continue with the video, I just want to say, please feel free to share your thoughts on how I can improve. And again, thank you all again for your support. So today we're talking about Halo in general, again, because Halo is quite a popular topic, and especially with it being one of my favorite games of all time. If not, actually, no, it is my favorite franchise of all time. The reason I am so cautious in saying that, though, is because we're the last decade of its history. It's led me through a very sketchy route, and it probably has for a lot of people, where it's up and down, up and down, and up and down. Kind of deciding, do we like Halo? Do I like Halo? No, I do like Halo. No, I don't like Halo. And yeah, it's very bumpy. And I think the main reason this is the case is because of how attached we are to the IP. And most specifically, how we're attached to the branding of Halo. Now, who is on the covers of all the Halo games? Okay, that's right, the man himself, Chips Dubbo. No, obviously not, unfortunately. One can dream. It's Master Chief. Now, Master Chief is a staple of Halo. I discussed it in previous videos. Did I even discuss it in previous videos? Actually, wait, no, that's going to be this video. So, Chief, being the staple of the games, there's a bit of a problem. Because, again, he's the key branding, he's the key marketing. If someone saw Halo, they'd at least be able to point out and go, that's the guy from Halo. I don't know his name, is the green dude. And obviously, those who know Halo, it's the guy from Fortnite. It's Master Chief. We all know that. So yes, Master Chief. He's the front boy cover. He's the guy you see. You saw Halo. You go, Master Chief. Here he is. It's kind of been Halo's kind of thorn in its side, I'd say. And kind of the Achilles heel of the games, because it's kind of forced Halo into a box where they've gone, we need to use Chief on the cover because that's what sells. That's what gives us pure confidence. Sure, he hasn't been on the cover for 2 of the titles of the Bungie era, and those games did, well, game/DLC, did sell well. However, we don't have enough confidence to kind of propel a game into the market under the name of Halo without actually having Chief on the cover, because actually all 343 era games haven't. And again, what that's done, it's caused a lot of things where it's led me to believe Microsoft hate Master Chief. That's right, they hate him. So, why is this? Let's start off with Chief in the Bungie era, right? Start off in Halo CE. You're woken up. From that point, you're like, who's this guy? This guy seems kind of cool. And he doesn't talk much. He's a big tank. You're playing as him, you're going through, firstly, just seeing your height compared to the other, civilians and NPCs and, well, military personnel. And you start to go, wow, this guy's kind of big. And, well, yeah, he's actually 7 foot tall. But he is big. And, oh my goodness, all these people are like falling to the Covenant and see, they're all getting destroyed, getting their butts whooped. And you're fine. And you're getting called by Captain Keyes. He's going, you're the last hope. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're the only hope, and you need to save us, lol. And it's because, again, you're built out to be this tank. You're Chief. And that's clear. My washing machine is making a noise. I don't know if you can hear it. I apologize. But from the get-go, it's kind of cemented that you're Chief. Chief is this tank. Chief is this beast. And almost unstoppable. And, you play through SCE, and you go through all the horrors which are on the installation, and you get out of there. And you go, wow, okay, that was cool. Chief is sick. Halo 2 open up. Again, you're hailed as this war hero, even in the opening, right? And Chief's there, and he's just like, yeah, I'm Mr. Chief. And again, first section of the game, you have a bomb, you fly into a Corvette cruiser, and just boom, explode that thing. The same things are like blowing up the entire fleet of the UNSC. Yeah, Chief just goes in with the bomb. He's like, that one bloke from Drive is like, hey, Chief, for what purpose? And he's like, give the command back that bomb. He's like, and then poof, and then boom. And then, yeah, for a bricky blue bitty girl. So, overall, Chief is, again, from the get-go, you're like, oh, this guy's cool. This guy Master Chief. And again, the same with Arbiter a bit with this game. You kind of built out to be this pretty cool dude, alright? And you kind of like, this guy is sick. Even as an enemy, Arbiter's already cemented as a cool dude. If Bungie wanted their characters to be known as one of the coolest characters, they will. Sergeant Johnson, Chief, Arbiter. Automatically, they're just made out to be these awesome characters, and that's what Bungie do very well. Even playing as the character, you don't feel weak. They don't try and make the characters weak just because you're playing them because they'll be too overpowered. No. They make the enemies suit. And there's never one point in the game when you're like, it's too easy, Master Chief. No, and it just shows you the actual threat, the level of the threat, without undermining Chief's power capabilities. So that's what it does very well. Come to Halo, you know, Halo 2 ends, cliffhanger, awesome source, you know, doing all these epic things. You know, Halo 3 happens again. And then at the end of the game, you know, you remember this hero, you know, after you die. Yeah, you remember this hero, right? And you're known to be pretty sick. Same with the Arbiter, you know, known to be pretty sick. Now, this game, hey, Chief even has like his own theme song, alright? Breaking Benjamin there. Only the strongest will survive. You know that one? Yeah, literally, like, he's sick. You know what I mean? And even the music, especially Halo 2's music, really hypes out Chief. That game is just basically just Chief aura farming. So, it comes to Halo 4. Alright, this is why I say Microsoft hates Chief, because again, this is like the first time they get to boss around a company in 343 Industries, right? This is the first time to get the grubby hands in the company and go, alright, we want you to do this, we want you to do that. And, well, hey, first things first, Chief is sad. Indoctrinated child soldier who spent 45 days, whatever it was, with Cortana. He's sad because he misses her. And he's got emotions too. And she's dying. It's really sad. You know, next he's gonna like flip through like John Wick through his, you know, old videos. Him and Cortana on the beach. And he's like, oh, I miss her. Buddy, it's Chief. Yes, he'll be sad. Probably. I don't know. But, like, he doesn't have any butt implants. So, like, you know, he's not going to be crying about it. So, already you're like, alright, first game. And this is again, going over all the butchering of the art style, the story, you know, all that stuff, right? That's going over that. Alright, we're just focusing on Chief's character, because I could get into the whole, you know, barrel of fish another time. So, Halo 4, you're already like, this is a change of pace, you know, automatically overpowered by Darth Vader. Again, not touching it. Okay, I'm going to try not to. Darth Vader's force chokes him, Chief feels weak. Cortana saves him though. Alright, like, sure. Alright, Halo 5, they can make up for it, okay. Alright, new character involved, Locke, he comes about, he's like, yo, what's up? I don't like you, Chief, because it's my job. And Chief's like, oh, okay. And sure, again, Chief, he's holding back, it's another human, you know, he made a vow not to, you know, kill a human. Sure, alright, that's cool. Locke still lands a few good punches on him, cracks his visor, all that stuff, and you're like, I thought this is the same guy who's like, get the Covenant back there, blah, blah, blah. Is that the same guy? Because like he just looks old and like lame. And again, a lot of it's to the choreography of the fight, but even still, that's not really how you make him look cool. Is Chief even the main character anymore? I know he's on the cover of the game, but like, are you trying to make him feel cool? Like, again, look at the dynamic between him and Arbiter. You could think, okay, that's actually a pretty good fight, what could happen. And again, it's hinted to. Bungie knows how to make two characters look powerful without undermining the other, right? Without having to, you know, it's a show don't tell kind of thing. So it's like, this is, you know, look at the dialogue here, look at the power dynamics, look at their experiences, similar experiences, things like this, you know, battles and whatnot. As opposed to 343 Microsoft going, let's put them together like a little child with toys. Like, dude, show don't tell, alright? If you want Locke to be a cool character, don't undermine Chief's character and just, I don't know, butcher Chief and go, oh, really sad man against a mercenary dude, you know, really evil Oni guy. And we're not going to show anything that, like, to show the capabilities of Locke. No. How we're going to do it is we're going to establish his capabilities by fighting Chief. You know, like the main guy is like literally a war hero and really sick. Yeah, we're just going to do some weird plot points to, you know, basically to have a fight. for the sake of it. Because it's like the whole Batman vs Superman thing. Why make them fight? Because we can, okay? So, again, that happens, alright? Let's put that aside, okay? Let's put that aside. Chief in these games, right? So far, 4 and 5, it's just him doing walk and talk, just like, especially 4, he's just following Cortana. Like, at least in Halo C and whatnot, he's doing things that Cortana's like, whoa, hold up, Chief. Whoa, pal. Maybe let's not do that. Maybe let's not crash the Banshee and the thing. Whoa, Chief. You know, he's doing these things, and she's like, oh, okay. Because he's very lucky. I don't feel like he's got any sense of luck or skill, okay? Or any grounding or, like, anything. He doesn't feel like he's an experienced soldier in any of the 343 games, because you're like, I mean, a toddler could have thought of the stuff he's doing. And, like, probably, you know? I don't know, it just doesn't feel like Chief. There's no cool, sick theme music. There's nothing like that. And I will talk about music in another later video, because that's a huge thing I want to talk about. So stay tuned for that one. Like and subscribe. If I get 10 likes, 11 likes, 12 likes, then I will do that. I will release that video, okay? So, you know, he doesn't have his cool theme music, nothing, alright? He doesn't feel cool at all. It's like, oh, okay. And, again, you're just following what Cortana says in all the 343 games. Like, okay, let's go over here to press this button because I was told to. I'm not going to have any thoughts or anything. And it's like, oh, okay. And yeah, you could say, you know, that's kind of what he was doing in the other games, but he had the objectives. And you thought in your head and go, yeah, that's kind of rational. Again, especially with CE, because I've just played that recently. I'm just doing it at the moment of playthrough. Stay tuned for that one. That's 17 likes if you want to see that one. But with that game, you're kind of logically going through it. Okay, this game is a survival game. That's why I love C so much, because I think of it as like a semi-open world survival game. Like you literally get crashed on a ring. You don't know what a ring is. You've just discovered it, and you're just chucked in. You're trying to find Marines, save them, go through the whole place. Like again, it's just kind of the rational thing. Okay, go here, and we get hit with a problem, and it's just instant. Ah, okay, cool. As opposed to like, all right, Chief, this means this. And that means that, so that means you need to go over here, and ooh, that means that. Cortana was used as an asset in C, same as Chief. You know, they were both complementary assets. He was the brute force and, you know, well, the physical capabilities of the whole thing, and Cortana was, you know, the intellectual, kind of technological person. In the newer games, it seems like Cortana's doing all the intellectual stuff, all the heavy lifting there, the narrative elements, and it's just like, oh, okay, sure. I mean, 5, you could even... Oh, cool. They got the Civil War thing. Again, maybe flesh out Chief's power before you chuck him into a Captain America Civil War thing, because the previous game was just pooping on him, saying, oh, he's sad. That just makes it sad. You're just making a sad guy go rogue. It's like, oh, okay. Chief, again, just feels underutilized, which, again, is the kind of the main point of this. He's hated. Microsoft hates him. I just have to use him as a character, you know? We just have to put him in there. So you have that. You come to Infinite and, well, the opening of Infinite. Atriox just fights Chief. He just is able to destroy Chief instantly. Like, it's like, what? Are we serious? It's just crazy. Like, it opens up with some really shoddy things. And just to save myself from getting severely just scarred again and kind of relapsing, because you don't want to see that, I'm not going to watch the video. I'm going to put it on the screen with association with what I'm saying. So it might be, you know, kind of disjointed the order I'm saying things. But, you know, Chiefs versus, you know, Atriox. So before this point, again, you've got Marines running to a shuttle bay window into outer space for some reason. You're like, okay. I don't know what you guys are running to, literally. Chief's there like, yo, what up? Jackal somehow misses Chief, even though they have like advanced vision and, you know, senses. But anyway, he misses Chief. Chief rocks up. He's like, yo. And then he starts, you know, shooting, throws away his gun, doesn't put on his back like, you know, Chief does when he's like known to do. No, let's just throw away the gun. No ammo. Okay. And then he grapples a pistol, which again adds a lot of danger because you're like, oh, well, the hook, would it just go into the ground? And let's say even the slight chance of luck where it just ricochets off the ground, you could pierce the gun, and you could also like latch onto the trigger and just start friendly firing all the Marines out in the area. Like, there's not really much you can do. Anyway, the weird trajectory of when the, grapple actually flies up for some reason. The pistol flies up as opposed to going actually where the grapple hook is. And you're like, again, the grapple thing, it's awesome because Fortnite has it. So you do that. You're like, okay, cool. And then for some reason, right, motion sensors doesn't work, okay? Chiefs, all those augmentation doesn't get about it, alright? Atriox just comes up behind him. He scares him. And you're like, oh. And then he just decides, you know what? I could use my advanced speed, agility, and dodge this gravity hammer. Because again, it's not ideal getting hit with a gravity hammer, especially by a big brute. Nah, let's tank that thing. Chief just, again, feels like he's making unrational decisions. You're like, oh, they just did that because it looks flashy. Because we gotta show the red banished gravity hammer. Okay. We just want to show the nostalgic shielding system we have for Chief now. Oh, okay. I mean, even before this, to show that shielding system, Chief stands still for some reason, just takes some shots from a jackal, and you're like, why? Chief, you're, like, super quick. Like, you're really quick. And, like, you have a grapple. Why don't you grapple the jackal even? I don't know. We go back to Atriox, right? And Atriox is just like, big monkey man, did that, and you're like, oh, okay. Sure. Chief just tanked that gravity hammer. But then he comes in with the Rumbo combo. Oosh, oosh, uppercut. Now, again, and this isn't me just using Bungie era and my nostalgia-driven brain, but during, I think it was the Shadows of Reach book, which was the actual prequel to Halo Infinite, which 343 greenlit, and, it's their, writers. According to Halo Studios lore, Chief can punch a Banshee across a skyline, like into the horizon. A Banshee. You can just straight fist punch that. So if you use that logic, okay, and again, Chief's not overwhelmed. There's no situation at the moment where he's overwhelmed. Okay, there's no one nearby. There's no excuses. Sure, okay, might have just tanked something to his arm, and you could say, oh, it weakened his arm. Again, that just basis is silly because he shouldn't have done that. But let's say he did do that. He punched with his other arm, right? That uppercut, okay, this is Chief. Okay, and it's Mark 6 armor. Is it Mark 6? I can't even keep up with the Halo flick because I never played it. Mark 6, correct me if I'm wrong. Editor. Thank you. So he uppercuts him, right? This big tank of a dude. You know the guy you like hyped up in all the other games? He literally like does all these sick things. I mean, dude, look at the arm when he starts punching the Prophet. Dude, that's insane. This guy is strong, alright? He's sick ass. Alright, look at the boom, boom, bro. Alright. So here we go. No different. He comes in for the uppercut and... oh. His head's still on his body. Why? I mean, sure, okay, he held off with Locke because Locke's a human, but... I mean, hey, brutes may be descendants of humans. They are big monkey men, but... he wouldn't have held off. And there's no one in the area. And he doesn't seem that tired. Because he literally did like a little funky little... ooh, slide and grapple. So... he's very, he's very limber. He's done his stretches before this fight. And then for some reason his punch lands completely with the uppercut. Atriox is just... what? Then Chief gets knocked about and he hits him up with the Kylo Ren. And then gets pulled back, takes more hits, and you're like, what? So already at this point you're like, okay, and you might be like, but dude, brutes have overwhelmed Chief in the past and they've almost killed him. It's like, dude, this is completely different circumstances. And with what you've shown me with this terrible cutscene itself, right, and choreography, even with what you've just provided me, especially with the lore that you've just recently provided in the book just before the game, Chief's punch would have killed Atriox, regardless of whatever you want to bring up, okay? Maybe a different story if Atriox and his buddies came all around and all his buddies have been up Chief and Chief's getting tired and all that stuff, and then Atriox comes in at the last minute like a little coward, and sure, maybe at that point I could be like, oh yeah, it kind of makes sense, okay, whatever. Alright, but then you're like, even Halo 3, right? How many times are you fighting numerous brutes in one room? You're like, and then you all of a sudden it's like, oh, one brute, and sure, okay, you hyped him up, he's like the new Thanos, guys, he's Thanos. Do you not see the Halo Wars 2 cutscene? Dude, they were like caught off guard. Like, that's the only really reason why I can say that's a good cutscene. Even then, you're like, Sure, okay, it's Mark IV armor, and again, he had a mechanical arm that just crushed, and damaged the armor. But then you're like, still. Anyway, for some reason they're really good at. They want to hype up Atriox, and again, 343 fashion. Instead of actually doing skill like they did with Arbiter, with the whole showdown tell, we gotta just shove it in your face and go bang, 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 slot machine, bang. Look at this scene with Atriox, he's so cool. Bang, look at this ship how it destroys it. Bang, and it's like, guys, take your time with the story here. Why are you even showing Atriox right now? Like, it's just underwhelming. So anyway, Chief somehow Chief is defeated, and he armor locks, right? Okay, and he's there, and he's like, and Atriox picked him up like Monkey Man. He's like, ooh, like a little shopping bag. Then he grabs him by the throat and starts aura farming. Chief's other arm's, open. He could definitely use it to either just punch him or anything like that, or like a grapple hook. I mean, I've always said this: just grapple him in the head. Simple as that. Even if it's up to this point where we say everything else is plausible, grapple him in the head, dead. And my good friend Perlite, show a photo of Perlite right here. Perlite was like, dude, why is he just, his mouth is open in this scene. Why does he just shove his fist in his mouth? Or like break his teeth? Literally just rip his jaw. Anything. But no, he just stands there. And then he gets thrown off, then decides to use his grappling hook. It's just not Chief. I'm sorry. So unless you want to do it where 343's gone, oh, actually, no, that was a guy in a costume the entire, like, 3 games, and it was just someone pretending to be Chief. Chief actually died in Halo 3. Like, he's just still in that sleeping cryopod thing. Dude, it just makes no sense. Okay, so Chief is just hated throughout all the 343 games. They hate Chief. They hate showing him as any cool scenes. I actually don't think, now I'm thinking about it, there's not one cool scene where I've gone, that's some part of the Halo 2 scene with the bomb. Or that's some part when Chief destroys the Scarab in Halo 2. Or, that's some part with Chief flying out of the Halo ring and CE, like, it's just not, there's just nothing cool. It's not like the Warthog scene, the Warthog run in Halo 3. There's none of that kind of thing. There's no cool factor. And that's the main thing. Halo is based off cool factor. It's based off Master Chief and Master Chief having cool factor. If you get rid of that, it's not Halo. And again, that's what they've done. They've made a non-Halo Chief. They just made it boring. That's why I say, everybody, Microsoft hate Chief. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. And if they don't get their act together before campaign evolved, then, well, back to the cycle of doom. Yay! So thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, boy.